Keith Myers here. A little bit more on peekaboo martial boxing. I've looked at various things. I've been back and forth. I'm starting to get back to the peekaboo again. In the past, I did a video talking about the guard like this. Kind of changed my thinking a little bit. And in the interim, I did a little bit of basic training in defense lab methods, which is related to the Keysi fighting method. So we're going to talk about the guard they use, which I think is a very good addition if you're talking about doing peekaboo boxing bare knuckle. Okay, so we talked about, the basic peekaboo guard is like this. That's kind of how it got its name, right? I'm standing here, it's like I'm doing peekaboo, looking over the top of my fist, peekaboo, peekaboo. That works great with gloves on, because I got those big fluffy gloves there for padding. But when I'm making a fist and putting those knuckles against my cheekbones like this, try this. This is an experiment. Put that there, put it tight, and then go like this. That hurts. Smacks. Even when you're in close contact, you smack that, it drives those knuckles into your cheekbone. That hurts. Wow. If I had it across my nose, it's still going to hurt my nose, maybe even break my nose. So bare knuckle without padded gloves, this is really not the best guard, all right? Even though it's our classic peekaboo guard. So what the Keysi fighting method guys and the defense lab guys do is they put the guard like this, right? So try that. Go from that to this, right? That's good. I could even put my hands down this low, right? I could cover my face completely. And that's not a big deal compared to driving my own knuckles into my face, okay? So, this is the guard I've been playing with then. Let me show you how the defense lab guys do it and how you kind of build up to it, okay? So, it's almost like we're doing this classic cover. And everybody knows if you've done any kind of defensive, self-defense, bare knuckle work, this don't work, right? That boxing guard, high cover don't work because you don't have a glove on. You got a hole here, this is going to blast right on through. So we've been taught to do this, right? Cup the back of my neck. Now I've filled in that hole. I got a nice cushy thing here to defend my head with. So the defense lab guys take it a step further, right? We're going to be in this position, guards me from the front, right? So I'm like this. And I can see between my arms, although the punch can't slip through there very easily, but they put everything in motion. So even if you think, well, you're putting your arms right in front of your own face, you're not going to be able to see very well. They don't stand there like this. They keep it moving, right? So it's like, have you ever been running or walking past a wooden slat fence, right? You can't see anything beyond the fence if you're standing still. The minute you get in motion, you can see through all those moving gaps and you can see everything in the yard, right? It's the same deal here. I put this in motion and it's like it's not even there. I'm seeing through all the gaps at once, right? I'm not obscuring my vision at all as long as this is in motion, right? So there's just this simple side-to-side motion, like this. So that something's coming at me, I'm doing this, I'm going to catch it, right? Catching it on my forearms is the idea, right? Now what if something comes around the corner? They just, from this motion, you just slide it down. Now I can make it simple. I can just slide it down like this, right? So I went from here to here. So now I'm covering the side of my head. I'm still covering my temple because it's a lot more safe to get smacked this way than this way, right? In a bare knuckle fight. This is not going to feel good either, but it's a lot better than getting slammed in the temple. So side to side, and then it slides off. Side to side, slides off on this side, right? This. This side, this side, this side, this side. So you see my arms are just going from this parallel position front to a parallel position on the side. Parallel position in front to a parallel position on the side, like so. Just fall into place. So that from a peekaboo perspective, I've got all this constant movement, and I've got this too, right? This movement is part of my slipping. It's part of it. This is another aspect that's you just got to learn it by doing it. Is when I put this in motion, it's like I'm rubbing my head, like I've got hair gel I'm trying to rub in, right? Or shampoo, I'm trying to shampoo my head. It's like this scrubbing motion. See how the hands are, this one comes around and it comes back. It's like this. And so I'm crossing center with this arm, I'm crossing center with this arm, crossing center with this arm, crossing center with this arm. And it's my forearm that's protecting my head, not my fragile hands, not my fists against my face. It's my forearms. So it's this washing motion, scrubbing motion, back and forth. Now if I put this with my head movement, that's my cover. Boom! Boom! Now we can make it a little more formal. They call it shakes. But if I'm coming around, I can actually pop into this position. So it's kind of this, but now I reinforce my forearm, and I can actually put my head, just my forearm this way. So if I can tell a big blow is coming, it's like, boom! I caught it, right? That's a strong position. You could almost take getting hit by a baseball bat with this kind of position, because it's this structure. I'm bracing this arm, it's braced against the back of my neck, and this forearm is braced against my forehead. So even if I miscalculated, and he swung it this side, then he switched it to this side, I still got this arm to guard me, right? If he swung it this side and then he throws an uppercut up the center, I just turn a little bit. So I find that this kind of guard work, even if you don't do all the multiple opponent stuff and wide swinging punches that they do in Defense Lab, this fits very well with my peekaboo boxing structure, right? I'm moving, here's I'm doing my shift, I'm over here, bam, 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 I'm back, pop, 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 I'm back, right? My head movement and my arm movement are all the same, rather than gluing these fists to my face and only moving my head. They're both moving. Pow, pop, pop, pop. Okay, so play with that. Cover the head this way, cover the head this way, or this way, and put it in motion. Just a basic side to side, like windshield wipers, and then make it rotate, like washing the hair. Here comes the heavy hook. Here's my rotation. Boom. And you'll see how this scrubbing motion just lends itself. Your hands are in motion, ready for these punches to come off of it. It's almost like milling in this way, so your hands aren't stable. They're in motion, so they just flow. Or like from Filipino martial arts, doing this kind of thing. And then just your punches flowing from that. My inside infighting punches are going to flow from this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So play with that. I've been playing with it. I think it's going to work pretty cool.